Welcome to the PalmettoSoft YouTube channel. My name is Rhett DeMille. I'm the owner and founder of the company. In today's video, we'll be discussing the 10-step PalmettoSoft SEO process. This video is a little bit different than the ones we've done before because it is a compilation of 10 individual videos, one per SEO step, and it's awesome. Please watch this thing through the end because you're going to get a lot of great information, such as 10 caution tips, 10 smart tips, 30 key takeaways. So we've never done one of these before. We're creating this for your ease of use, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Keyword analysis is the process of doing a few rounds of research with the client to uncover the best and most relevant keywords for their SEO campaign. And a normal time expectation for this step is around 3 to 4 days with timely customer involvement. Keyword analysis is important because you are ultimately determining what type of visitor will land on your website. You want to make sure you spend a lot of time thinking about each term and what it really means for your business. For example, you don't want to choose keywords that represent people doing informational research when you are trying to sell products. It is also important to understand that keywords are not all the same. Some are more difficult to get ranked for than others, and some can almost be impossible to get ranked for. This metric can also be displayed as the keyword difficulty function in some popular research tools. Imagine a highly searched and competitive keyword that takes 18 months to gain a first page ranking. And now imagine that over 90% of the traffic is not your actual customer. As you can see, it is very important to put your thinking hat on when doing keyword analysis. For time's sake, we are only going to cover the high-level points of how to do keyword analysis. 1. Have the customer send you a list of terms they think will be good for their business and have them separate these terms into families, along with a quick description so you can better understand what you're looking at. 2. Run these terms through your third-party software such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, or Ubersuggest. 3. Review the first round with your customer and delete unwanted terms as well as add new ones that may come to mind. 4. Repeat this sequence 3 to 4 times with the customer, or even more. 5. Ultimately, select the keywords for your customer's SEO campaign. Sometimes your customers will say, just use my competitor as a reference and use their keywords. I know they have the right keywords. This may sound like an easy way to do research, but it has a few hidden dangers, such as, but not limited to. Number 1, your competitor may not be using the most relevant keywords. 2, the same competitor will not share the exact same business DNA of your clients. Knowing this, use your own keyword analysis process along with the customer's input to first determine the best keywords for their business. Then, as a secondary reference, you can look at what the competitors are doing. Basically, you don't want your keyword analysis being determined from the guy down the street. When selecting keywords, think about the strategy you are using. What I'm talking about is this. For example, if a customer has a 25-year-old robust roofing business and they want to expand into gutter sales and installation, you should focus a lot of your research in the gutter family of keywords. You don't always need to target terms that they already have business for. Instead, think about where the business wants to expand and concentrate much of your research in that direction. Number one, keyword analysis is one of the most important steps in the SEO process, as this is the moment where you determine who is ultimately going to arrive on your website. Do you want unwanted guests or desired ones? 2, don't use competitor websites as the primary driver of how you determine keywords for your customer. 3, focus more of your research on where the customer wants to expand their business rather than what they already have. What is the website audit? The website audit is a comprehensive review of all aspects that affect a website's search engine exposure. Okay? It can be done at the site level, and these reports show everything from the entire website's performance and measurements, as well as individual page breakdown. So think of it as a big website health check. Okay? Typically, these are done by software, and the reports can be done in 10 to 15 minutes for a decent sized website, a normal average sized website. I strongly recommend that you do not try to manually do one of these, because if you do, you could be looking at a couple of business days time that you'll never get back, and in addition, you're probably going to miss something. So please use a good software program to run the report, and when you get this, it's going to give you information from everything like website speed, all kind of good stuff. You're going to be able to fix any kind of problems that this report shows you, and once you fix all the problems in the report, or the areas of opportunity, you should have a website that's pretty much SEO ready, and you can proceed to the next step. What are the types of website audit factors? Well, we have 6 main types, and they are technical SEO, website structure, off-page SEO, website content review, competitor website analysis, and user experience. Okay, these are just main areas that the audit tends to cover. Each tool may have a different set of criteria or a different grading system, but all tools tend to have the same range of or scope when they run these reports. The main thing is to get a comprehensive review of the website itself. So why is the website audit important? Well, a website audit provides a comprehensive and detailed analysis of a site's overall health, its performance, and speed. You will notice in the report things such as, but not limited to, website load times and their optimal speeds, areas of opportunity such as content expansion, identification of bad things that need to be fixed such as broken backlinks, and a whole lot more. The caution tip, which is one of my most favorite parts of the video. By doing this or being aware of this, you can save yourself a lot of heartache, money, and time, or a combination of the aforementioned. Okay? Your website must have Google Search Console verification. Okay? After you run your website audit, you need to make sure that that's in place, because what it essentially is doing is it's establishing a connection between your website and Google, and you're always going to get periodic updates from Google telling you what you need to do to make your website better. Okay? So having this in place is really, really important. The smart tip: you never want to try and run a website audit manually. Okay? This could take literally 24 hours in over the course of several business days. And during this 24-hour period, you're probably going to miss something because you're a human being. Okay? Find a great software tool, run the report. It takes about 10 minutes, it's thorough, and it will save you a lot of time, and also is very complete. Where to learn more technical info. If you would like to learn more information about the website technical audit step, please visit the description in our video. Okay? If you want to do a deeper analysis on what we're talking about here, And in the event that you don't find exactly what you're looking for, at the bottom of our video, we have a comment section. You can upload your question and we will answer it. The takeaways. You have heard a lot of information in this video, and I hope that we have touched on some really good points that you found interesting. And now I would just like to summarize a couple of key points or nuggets of wisdom that you can take with you, okay? And one of them is to always run a website audit as you are in the process of setting up your SEO campaign, okay? Think of this as a website's overall health check, okay? Number 2, ensure that you have Google Search Console verification established so that you can get these wonderful updates which tell you how your website is, performing and what the actual status is, and things that you need to possibly change or repair in the future to make your website, to keep it cutting edge. And then lastly, always use a good website tool to do an audit, and don't do it manually. You'll save yourself a lot of time, and also you won't miss things. What is landing page optimization? Imagine you have an existing website and you're about to add a 10 keyword SEO campaign to it. Well, the website is not currently themed for these keywords. So we're going to need to create what's called landing pages to support these keywords. In many cases, you need to update certain pages on the website to support the keywords. You may need to add new pages. You probably need to update the home page as well. All of these things, all of these updated pages are now considered SEO landing pages. So they are pages that are speaking to the search engine, but they're also speaking to the visitor. And your ultimate goal of an SEO landing page is to have the highest rate of conversion possible. How to create a landing page. After an SEO audit, you want to create a work list that shows what pages are going to be updated in the website, added, etc. I tend to put mine in a spreadsheet. And the SEO landing page attributes can include, but are not limited to, the following: targeted SEO keywords in the copy, certifications, awards, and testimonials, call to action buttons, quick contact forms, attractive and related images to the subject matter, and social sharing buttons and links. Why is landing page optimization important? The page supports your keywords. It tells the search engine clearly that your site is working within SEO best practices. Landing page copy tends to match what visitors search for, so there ultimately is higher page conversion. Your website will gain more credibility and trust as a subject matter expert. Keyword-focused copy makes the website content speak in more clear terms rather than going off script. A basic analogy is making sure that your train stays on the tracks. SEO landing pages can serve as destination URLs for very strong backlinks, and great landing pages help solidify keyword rankings in the search results. And now for the caution tip, which is always one of my most favorite times of the video. The ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, "A smart person learns from their own mistakes, but the wise person learns from others." So what I'm about to tell you can save you a lot of heartache, time, and money. And today's caution tip is always create 100% original copy for your landing page. Do not edit any existing landing page copy that you may find from another website. Especially do not copy another website's copy word for word. And I'm also making the assumption that you're including images, okay? make sure that you do everything original, okay? Do it your own way. If you don't do this, this is what can happen. At best, your website page and your website is not going to rank for some keywords. At worst, you could get a law or a legal call from somebody's website that was pirated. You know, you're the person that pirated their content, and or Google could blacklist you from their database, and you could ultimately need to start over with a new domain name. So always write 100% original content, and you should be good. And now for the smart tip. I've already told you what not to do. Now let me tell you what you should be doing, okay? Every website landing page should load within 2 seconds or less. Why do I say 2 seconds or less? Well, here's why. Imagine somebody's on a smartphone or a tablet or a desktop, and they click on your link in the Google search results. And all of a sudden your page starts to load, and it keeps loading, and it keeps loading. 6 seconds later, 7, 10 seconds later, you can already imagine what's going to happen. Many of the people are going to bail out, and they're never going to visit your website, okay? So this also can contribute to bad search engine rankings because Google Analytics measures page loading time. So the smart tip is make sure that your landing page has optimized images and that it's on a fast server, your website, and just basically make sure that your website is fast in general. Where to learn more technical information. Please visit the description at the bottom of this video. We have put together some really good links for you if you want to do a deeper dive analysis into the material we're discussing. The takeaways from this video. SEO landing pages tend to speak to the visitor in terms that they search for. So these landing pages not only support keywords that also the search engines understand, they also talk to the public. So they should be written in a very carefully and crafted way because you're essentially talking to two audiences. The ultimate goal here is to have page conversion. The second takeaway is make sure that your content for your landing pages to include, but not limited to, copy, images, PDFs. Make sure that everything is original, 100% original, okay? Don't edit anything, don't copy anything. And the third takeaway is make sure that your landing page loads fast because fast is better. What is blog integration? Blog integration is the task of integrating or installing a blog into your website. And it's very important to do this because it not only helps produce more content on a frequent basis on your website, it also increases your company branding, and blogs can play a major role in positive SEO efforts. How to install your blog and some important features to consider. First of all, if you're not an experienced developer, please do not try to do this on your own because what could go wrong probably will. Okay, so have an experienced developer install/integrate your blog. Okay, and now here are some very important features to consider. The blog needs to be clearly visible in the main navigation menu. You can install a blog in your website, such as the WordPress platform, which 43% of all websites are on the internet, and there are many related plugins. The blog should be created with the common style of the overview page and detail page format. Your blog needs to feature related categories. And finally, blog pages must load fast, as in under 3 seconds. Why is the website blog so important? Here are 4 major reasons why. Number 1, frequent and timely blog posting ensures your website gets indexed faster by the search engines. Number 2, Updated content makes users want to visit your website more. That's always good. Number 3, increased brand recognition. And 4, an active and professionally managed blog helps to build website trust and authority. Active blogging helps you be recognized as a subject matter expert and or thought leader in your industry. And now for the caution tip. This is one of my most favorite parts of the video. What I'm about to tell you can save you a lot of heartache, time, and money. And today I'm going to go a little bit off script and talk about something that there's a lot of swirling opinion on the internet about, and that is the correct format or style in which to set your blog up, okay? My caution tip is, if you are a medium size or under 1,000 employees type business, set up your blog in what's called a folder style. An example of that would be PalmettoSoft.com/blog, as opposed to a subdomain style, which would be blog.palmettosoft.com. And the reason medium-sized businesses and smaller want to use the folder style is because subdomains are viewed as multiple websites in the eyes of the Google algorithm, okay? So smaller companies who are focused on keywords and their SEO efforts tend to be different than large branded companies, okay? For example, they're interlinking their blog posts to other pages on their website and things like that. When you've got a subdomain and you're trying to link two websites together, you can really damage your SEO practices by having a subdomain, okay? Now, you may be thinking on the other side of the coin, a large company using a subdomain, well, Rhett, why are they doing that? Well, the main reason is they're so big that their company operations a lot of times merit them having a setup like that, such as a shop.nike.com or something like that. Or, you know, these companies have to have these subdomains set up because they're so massive they can't use a folder structure. They're branded. So Google understands big companies are branded, and it looks at them in a different way. So small companies, please don't reinvent the wheel and try to use a subdomain to set up your blog. Use a folder, and you're going to maximize your chances at SEO success. Well, we just covered the caution tip on what you should not be doing. Now the smart tip is what you should be doing. And that is, have a great social engagement bar at the top of each blog post, okay? I'm referring to that bar across the top that has all the social sharing buttons, the number of views, the shares, and the comments, okay? And here's why this is so important. People tend to act like herd animals, and I'm not talking about it in a bad way, but we tend to follow what the herd is doing, okay? And when we go to a blog post that has, for example, 1,000 views, 50 comments, as opposed to one that has 10 views and 0 comments, we tend to go to the one that has the most activity, okay? So having that social engagement bar at the top of your post can really kickstart that blog to be read, commented, shared, and all the other things that can really help your SEO. And it's just an absolute must. Where to learn more technical information if you want to do a deeper dive on this material. In the description of this video, we have put together some links that we have provided, so please take a look if you want to do a deep dive. The key takeaways. Here are 3 important points to take away from this video. Number 1, make sure that a professionally installed blog is integrated in your website. I may sound like Captain Obvious, but you would be amazed at how many websites don't even have a blog, okay? So just by having one and participating in the blogging effort, you're going to do a lot better than the rest of those people out there, okay? Number 2, if you're a medium or small business, under 1,000 employees, make sure that your blog is set up in a folder style format, such as PalmettoSoft.com/blog. Okay, that's going to help you a lot for SEO value when you're blogging. And number 3, make sure that your social engagement bar is activated above each blog post. So what are meta elements? You may have heard them called meta tags, meta coding, meta optimization. They're all essentially the same thing. Think of a web page or a website using its own language to talk to the search engine, and that's really what meta coding is. It's a way for the website and web page to talk to Google, okay? And for this video, we're going to cover the high points of meta coding, meta elements. We're not going to go into great detail, but if you'd like to, you can go to the description at the bottom of this video, and we provided 3 sources that you can go to and do some really deep dive research to get all that kind of information if you want to get into the nuts and bolts. So the 8 major types are: number 1, title tag; number 2, meta description; number 3, meta keywords; number 4, heading tags; 5, photo tags or image alt tags; 6, no follow attributes; 7, meta robots; and 8, canonical tags. If you have been in this industry for a long time, you may be thinking a little bit about meta keywords and thinking, well, what happened to meta keywords, Rhett? I don't know if we still use those or not, or what. Actually, we don't. Around 2009, Google put out a message to everybody around September, and they said that they are no longer looking at meta keywords. So for all intents and purposes, I would just leave them alone and don't pay attention to them. Why are meta elements important? Well, number 1, they are speaking to the search engine about what the website is about in the web page. Number 2, well-optimized meta elements can have a great effect on search engine ranking, whereas incorrectly optimized meta elements can have the opposite effect. And in many cases, if you do it really bad, you're not going to get ranked at all. We'll cover that a little bit later. Finally, well-optimized meta elements can also increase the click-through rate to your website. Now, the caution tip. This is a very, very fun part of the video for me to do because it really helps you avoid a major or potential disaster, which can cost you a lot of heartache, money, and time. So please listen carefully, okay? What I'm about to tell you. A lot of times developers will do work on a development server or a staging server, okay? And when they do this, they put no follow tags in the meta coding. No follow tags essentially tell the search engine, do not go into my website and do not index the material or the content and go back to the search engine. Don't do it. So the search engine looks at these no follow tags and it won't do it. So your content on your development server is safe. Okay, all is well. And then we eventually migrate that work from the development server to our live server. Many developers have done this in the past and will continue to do so. They forget the no follow tags are still there. They launch the development server work to the live server, and then in about 1 month from later on, 2 months, 3 months are going, why am I not getting ranked? What's happening? Why am I not showing up? It's because you left the no follow tags inside the website, and Google and other search engines are simply not going to index your website. So no follow tags. When you're about to move your website, remove them. And now the smart tip. This is going to help you kickstart your SEO campaign when it comes to meta elements. Okay? Your title tag. Your title tag is extremely important and should be not more than 60 characters in length. Okay? You also need to include your primary targeted keyword in those 60 characters. Okay? It's important to know that Google will index more than 60 characters, but in the search results, they're only going to show up to 60 characters. Well, why is this important not to go over 60 characters? When somebody does a search on Google and the top 10 search results appear, they're going to see snippets. Like I said, your snippet's going to appear. If you're over 60 characters, whatever you have in your snippet is going to be cut off. And that can dramatically lower your click-through rate to your website, okay? So The takeaway here is keep it 60 characters or under, include your primary keyword, okay? And you should be safe. This activity should not be done in 30 seconds. In order to do a really good title, you should spend a little bit of time on it. The benefit from doing this will be great. And also, if you have not determined yet or learned this from this video, title tags are the most important of all meta elements. They are the most important, okay? But I also do not want to discount the other meta elements. They also need to be done very well and optimized in order for your meta elements in your SEO strategy to work at 100% efficiency. What is citation building? In the arena of what we call local SEO, which is SEO done for local based businesses who have typically a radius around, you serve a particular demographic and geographic radius. You may have one or multiple locations. We call this local SEO. And so the techniques include citation building, and it's very important. And when you hear me say local SEO, you may be thinking, well, what are the other types of SEO? One big one to compare it to is national SEO, where we don't so much focus on citation listings as they're not quite as important, but all of the SEO techniques tend to overlap. But for this video, I want you to know that citation building is really a big and integral part of local SEO techniques, as well as it falls under the umbrella of what we call off-page SEO work, or work that is done off of your website, okay? As opposed to on-page SEO, which is work done on your website, okay? And a special note here, you've probably heard the word backlinks before, and you may be thinking, well, are citation listings the same as backlinks? For the most part, no, they're not. Citation listings are mentions of your company's information across a bunch of different highly valued, what's called high value domain authority websites and directories, your company's basic information across these websites. Backlinks are actually links from websites to your website, and backlinks as well as citation listings comprise a major part of off-page SEO work. Types and examples of citation listings. This is a list of the top citation listing websites in the USA according to brightlocal.com. map.apple.com, facebook.com, bing.com, Yelp, local.yahoo.com, Foursquare, BBB, the Better Business Bureau, MapQuest, Yellow Pages, here.com, City Data, Manta, TomTom, Merchant Circle, Nextdoor, and there's more than this, but these are the really big ones that are going to immediately get you what you're looking for. How to create citation listings. I have mentioned this before in a previous video about the website audit, and what I'm referring to is you should use software or what's called a tool to build your citation listings. Doing this manually literally could take you a really long time, and it's just simply not worth it. And these tools can go out and grab the best listings and do it all for you in a really short amount of time. The company that PalmettoSoft uses and recommends is Bright Local, and from a disclaimer standpoint, I am in no way paid by the company Bright Local. They don't pay me in any way. We just have been using their product at PalmettoSoft for a long time and believe in it because it offers, in my opinion, a lot of value for a good price. Okay? And whatever tool that you're using, okay, whether it's Bright Local or any other software tool to build your citation listings, please understand this because this is really important, okay? You need to make sure that any directories or listings that you select have a domain authority or DA of over 30. Okay, and I'm talking about a numerical system, a grading scale of 30 to 100, with 100 being the highest on the domain authority scale. Okay, anything under 30 basically means that the website directory that you're putting your company information on is simply not strong enough in the eyes of the algorithm, and you're wasting a lot of time putting your information on there. Okay, so now that you know this important piece of wisdom, we're going to tell you how to build the citation listings. So here's how you execute a citation campaign. You simply register and create an account. Easy enough. Add the business information. Select the citation websites you want to use. Make your payment. The software begins to soon build citations and will send between 2 and 3 updates in a relatively short time period. This is very important what I'm about to say. As citation links are gained in Bright Local, for example, they'll send you a link that you can log into at any time and see the citation campaign as it, for example, gains new listings, or 1 or 2 may drop off, but these are permanent links that you can visit at any time. So that's how you do it. And using a tool, like I said, is going to save you a lot of time and money. So let's get to the next step. Why is citation building so important in local SEO? Well, it is extremely important when it comes to off-page SEO work, okay? And in layman's terms, what citation building ultimately does for your business is it increases what we call the online authority of your website in Google's eyes, or in the eyes of their algorithm. When your business information is mentioned across a variety of high domain authority websites and directories, Google makes a judgment that you are doing the things to put the appropriate information out there, and it can ultimately reward you with higher rankings, as well as the public visiting your website and seeing this consistent information everywhere about your business. So there's an increased level of credibility and trust, and that can lead to ultimately higher sales, okay? One thing I did not mention is what's called your Google Business Profile, okay? Formerly known as Google My Business. So they just changed names again. But this is the ultimate #1 citation listing. And it's so big that I call it a citation listing on steroids. I mean, after all, it's Google's product, okay? So think of that as the #1 citation listing that you can gain is your Google Business Profile. And we could do an entire video on that, but this video is not quite about that. But if you want to learn more about it, I highly suggest you do. Just real quick, if you all local businesses should set up a Google Business Profile. You should post to it 3 times a week, upload photos, keep it active, and also ask your happy customers to upload positive customer reviews. And now the caution tip, which is one of my most favorite times of the video. You probably are wondering why I'm saying this. This is because this information I'm about to give you, either I have personally experienced it before, or somebody very close to me has experienced it, and we do not want you to experience it in any form or fashion, okay? So what I'm about to tell you can save you a lot of time, money, and heartache, okay? I mentioned earlier the word NAP, okay? Name, address, and phone number. That information should be consistent, and I'm saying exactly the same across every single citation listing website that you use. You should not put a different phone number or a different street address. None of that. Your information, your NAP information, must exactly match all the other information, okay? Because if you don't do that, okay, and you have differing information across directories, Google's going to pick this up in the algorithm, and it doesn't like it, number one. So we know what happens when it doesn't like it. Lost rankings. And then the public sees it too, and they're looking at your business information going, why is there a different phone number for this business over here and a different street address? And we know you're credible, you know you're credible, but the public doesn't, right? So when you think about it, having this information different across all these directories and stuff, it can be a little bit confusing and probably result in a lot of lost business. And as a result, you just don't want to do it. You want to stay away from this, okay? So keep your NAP information exactly the same. Well, I've just spent some time telling you what you should not be doing. Now I'm going to tell you what you should be doing in today's smart tip, okay? You've been hearing this narrative from me the whole time throughout the video. NAP, name, address, and phone number, okay? Well, a lot of directories offer more information than just NAP, which means you can actually upload more information than just name, address, and phone number. Sometimes you can upload images and videos, okay? And even more information. So, imagine that you can upload images of maybe the signage in front of your company or interior shots of your company. People are visual creatures, okay? And what we call a naked listing has a lot less impact than a fully expanded business profile on a citation listing. You can just imagine somebody gets to see all your pictures and things like that, and your chance of landing a customer have just greatly increased. And that's today's smart tip. Where to learn more technical information. In the description box of this video, we have created some links for you if you want to do a deeper dive, such as learning more about domain authority, off-page, on-page SEO, things like that. Please visit that. The key takeaways of this video. When creating a citation listing, you want to use websites that have a domain authority of over 30 and up to 100. Anything under that, you're simply not going to get the return you want. Number 2, fill out a complete business profile if you have the ability on a citation listing. Don't leave it naked. And number 3, keep your NAP information, name, address, and phone number consistent across all citation listings. What exactly is blog posting? Blog posting is the writing and uploading of articles to your website's blog that focuses on material that your target market wants to learn more about or read about. Very simple. You're writing for two audiences also, the search engines and your target market, in no particular order. But please remember this. You want to write material that's at least a certain length, okay, and include high quality images that support your content, as well as any videos. And if you're writing about something that's related to a page on your website, you can feature a couple of internal links to those web pages, as well as some external links for some sourced websites that support what you're saying. Why is blog posting so important? I'm going to cover 5 really good reasons that explain just that. Updated and fresh content is preferred by the search engines. Keywords can be integrated, and should, into blog posts as part of your SEO strategy. Routine and consistent posting can lead to higher keyword rankings, and they do. Blog posts can be linked to both internal and external pages on your website and off your website, which can enhance the blog post's authority. Finally, you can better establish your company as a thought leader in your industry. Types of blog posts. What I'm about to tell you is completely based on opinion and nothing else. There's so many different types and categories that we could go on for literally, it would be a never-ending topic, but in our opinion, there are 3 types, and the 3 types are: number 1, the super blog post. This is an advanced SEO technique that is typically between 2,000 and 6,000 words or more, and it is designed to target an informational type keyword such as the term SEO process. Number 2, guest blog posts. Big topic authority websites such as Search Engine Journal and Search Engine Land and many others out there have guest writers that come on, and their articles are typically 1,000 words minimum length, and they tend to be about topics that are related to what that website or company talks about. So, when you go to those websites and you read their authors, the topic material stays within a certain realm. And then number 3, there's the routine monthly blog post. And for this video, I really want to focus on this because, in my opinion, this is the most important type of blog post because it is something that every SEO campaign at minimum must feature. And we do a minimum monthly 700-word blog post that focuses on a primary and secondary keyword. And we're going to get into a little bit more material about that later on. How to create a blog post. What I'm about to tell you has evolved over years, and this is the way PalmettoSoft does it. There are many, many different ways to do it, but this one is ours. For brevity, and like I stated earlier, here are the parameters of the monthly blog post. At the beginning of the month, the PalmettoSoft manager sends our copywriter an email in the following format. Our copywriter reviews the requirement and then sets up a conference call with the customer to determine the theme, etc. And what we end up with is a well-written article that both the search engines and the public likes. So there's a lot to this, and there's a lot of back and forth, but ultimately we end up with a well-written blog post to the client's website. We not only, go into their blog and upload it, but we also interlink it typically to some interior web pages. We may have a couple of external links to some other websites that are more about credibility and source links. And this process goes on every month, 12 times a year across our entire client base. And also, too, keep in mind, folks, this is the minimum requirement. If the client wants to add, for example, some more images, we are glad to do so because that just helps the blog post. But what I am showing you is the minimum requirement of what you should do as part of an effective SEO strategy. And now the caution tip, one of my most favorite times of the video, and this is something that you should really work to avoid when you're doing blog posting. Today's is very simple, okay? Please do not write everything in one long paragraph. I know this sounds kind of funny to some people, but you would be amazed at how many people write one long paragraph or a couple of giant paragraphs. And what that does is it immediately tells your reader that, this is not well written, first of all, and it's going to be hard to read because all this information is jammed in one giant paragraph. All kind of things happen. Basically, you're wasting your time. Your reader's not going to read the article. The search engines are going to pick up that it has a high bounce rate. Your overall SEO efforts are going to be negatively affected. So what you should be doing is writing in 2 to 3 sentence paragraphs and make this thing fun so people can scan like a newspaper would do. And now for the smart tip. Earlier, I was telling you what you should not be doing. Now, this is what you should be doing with your blog post. This is about the blog post title, okay? And there are basically a couple of considerations that you need to know. Keep your keyword or your primary focus keyword in your blog post title. Make it under 10 words or less and keep it exciting, okay? Do those 3 things and that's your smart tip. Include your keyword, 10 words or under, make it exciting, and you have a great chance of being picked up by Google. Key takeaways from this video. 1, Monthly and consistent blog posting is paramount to a successful SEO strategy. After all, search engines love updated content, and so does your audience. Number 2, write your post in scannable paragraphs. Don't make them a big long paragraph that nobody wants to read. And finally, ensure your included target keyword in your blog post title so Google can pick it up and you can get ranked. What is link building? Link building is the ongoing activity of creating backlinks or inbound links from other websites to your website, and these links should be in the same business category in which your website is. The ultimate goal of link building is to increase your web pages and website's authority in the eyes of the Google algorithm. And ultimately, you're going to get higher keyword rankings as well as increased traffic. Why is link building important? Higher numbers of quality backlinks are a major factor in how Google ranks websites and their associated keywords. Backlinks are also considered votes of trust, and each vote is a sign that your content is quality, trustworthy, and valuable to the reader. If you want your pages to rank high in the Google search results, and we absolutely know you do, you need to build and acquire backlinks. Types of link building. There are 3 main types. Number 1, backlinks. Backlinks are inbound links from external websites to yours. Number 2, outbound links. Very simple. Outbound links are links from your website to another website. An example of this would be when you need to source information. Number 3, internal links. When one page of your website links to another page which supports it and or provides expanded information. How to create backlinks. There are 12 ways I'm going to share with you, but before we get into this, I want to say something very important, okay? Any kind of SEO work that you do or any kind of work in general that you do on your website, please make sure it's what's called white hat as opposed to black hat. And white hat means good, ethical, above the board type practices, okay? Don't try to trick the search engines. Please don't do that, because if you do that, you're playing with fire. They're going to find out, okay? It doesn't matter what great idea or scheme you've come up with, or if Randy down the street or whoever told you to do this, you're going to get caught, okay? So always apply the white hat techniques to everything that you do, and you're going to be safe, okay? Now, let's get into the technical ways of how to build backlinks. Number 1, find backlink opportunities with top referral websites. Number 2, use the Google Search Console to discover new sources of backlinks. 3, spy on your competitors. Learn what backlinks they have. You can do this with a lot of different research software out there. Number 4, find broken links and repair them, because periodically they do break. Number 5, create high quality content that is considered link worthy. Don't write crap. Number 6, apply the skyscraper content. This would be like an extensive blog post, for example, on the term SEO process, like PalmettoSoft did. We're ranking on the first page of Google for that, and it's thousands and thousands of words, and a lot of folks have linked to it, but that would be an example of skyscraper content. Number 7, use infographics to capture backlinks. Number 8, try to regain missing or expired backlinks. Number 9, create links with relevant and high quality images. So yeah, use images that are related to what you're talking about. Number 10, build links with guest blog posts. That's if your site is doing guest blog posts, of course. Number 11, gain backlinks from third-party websites such as social profiles. And number 12, comment type backlinks. For example, this could be a comment made on a blog that links back to your website. And now for the caution tip, which is always one of my most favorite times in the video. And today I've got a really good one for you.
They say, this is true, you cannot buy love. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about love right now in an SEO video, I'm about to get to it, okay? You can't buy love because it's not going to work, right? We all know this. Well, you cannot buy links either. These are also known as paid or sponsored links. Don't do it, please. They're also known as toxic links. So stay out of a toxic relationship and do not purchase backlinks. Here's why. These links can and will be ultimately viewed as a form of manipulation and are unnatural in the eyes of the search engine algorithm. Here's what a senior engineer of Google's web spam team said about paid links. If your website is using sponsored links, then that's something our web team might take action on, and you better believe they will. And in many cases, Google does take action, and the following can occur. You can lose rankings, and it will take a long time and money to recover the losses. And now for the smart tip. We've gone over what you shouldn't do. Now we're going to talk about what you should be doing. Here is a quick way to get a good and quality link. Identify your close competitors and find backlinks for free by using this smart technique. Go to google.com. Type in your search box this phrase. You will get a list of backlinks created by your competitors. Research each link by ensuring the referring website is relative to your respective business category and that it has a high enough domain authority, over 30. If so, try to get that backlink. 3 key takeaways from this video. If you have the ability to, periodically build what we call skyscraper content, as this type of content can naturally gain backlinks. Number 2, at all costs, always avoid paid or sponsored backlinks. Number 3, only do white hat link building techniques. When you do things the right way, you never have to look over your shoulder. In addition, when Google makes a major algorithm update, you typically never experience a serious ranking loss. What is Google Business Profile Optimization? The Google Business Profile is a local platform to provide search engine visitors with a better user experience when doing local type searches. Google Business Profile Optimization includes, but is not limited to, uploading images, making frequent posts, and gaining customer reviews. Why is Google Business Profile Optimization so important? Optimization of this profile can greatly increase the chance of your business showing in the local results around your business's radius. We are mainly referring to Google Maps and the local result listings. It can also help boost local keyword rankings and can display search results at the top of mobile devices. And mobile devices account for almost 60% of all internet queries. Another way it can help is by raising the credibility of your business, thereby increasing your inbound customer leads. I'm more referring to having a nice and professional profile about your business. Some businesses don't have them. Some businesses have average ones, and some businesses have very, very good ones. And the ones who have very, very nice profiles tend to get more inbound customer leads. Special note, in mobile searches, optimization can greatly increase your phone calls, as your phone call icon can quickly be clicked on, thereby immediately initiating a customer to business connection. Best practice tips when setting up your Google Business Profile. Here are some highly suggested best practice tips in which to set up your profile. If you do not have a Google Business Profile, please check this description section in this video, and we have provided a link on how to do this. So let's do it. Number one, fully populate your Google Business Profile. Number two, fill in your business description 100%. Number three, keep your business hours updated. Number four, choose the right business categories. Number five, select all applicable attributes. 6, add your services, products in their respective sections. 7, verify your location via Google verification process. 8, ask your customers to add positive reviews. And 9, reply to your customer reviews. People actually read this stuff. And now for the caution tip, which is my most favorite time of the video. What I'm about to share with you can save you a lot of time, heartache, and money. And today's caution tip is very simple. Do not put keywords in your business name in your Google Business Profile. Only use your business name in your listing. For further clarity, your business name is what is mentioned in your legal documentation, your signage, things like that. If you add keywords to intentionally try and achieve a quick ranking in local search, there's a strong chance your listing will be suspended, and the reinstatement process is long, tedious, and it can ultimately be very costly. So please do not add keywords in your business name. And now for the smart tip. We've already discovered what we should not be doing in the caution tip, so this is what we should be doing in today's smart tip. It's very simple as well. Keep your Google Business Profile updated. Keep it updated, okay? Always keep it updated with regular posts and or special offers that you may have. This can include routine image and video uploading. This activity is a strong signal to the Google algorithm that you are taking a proactive step to update the public about your business, and it will reward you with stronger local rankings and visibility. 3 key takeaways from this video. Number 1, fully populate your Google Business Profile. Number 2, use your exact business name and don't insert keywords. Number 3, always keep your profile updated with regular posts and offers about your business. What is SEO reporting? SEO reporting is the event where yourself, the SEO vendor, and or your team assembles together and creates a monthly campaign performance report. For this video, we are calling it the monthly campaign performance report because that's what PalmettoSoft does for our clients, okay? We also are not going into talking much about meeting with a client once per month to review the report because for time's sake, we're mainly going to talk about the creation of the report itself. However, I do strongly recommend that after you send the report to the customer, that you have a review session with them and go over this material. You're going to find that many clients want to do this and many don't want to do it, so that's okay. But the number one thing that you can do as an SEO professional is create the best report that you can for that client and get this great information to them. Why is SEO reporting so important? Well, this is the one time where you and your team can look at the campaign at a very high level. I'm talking more philosophically here, 50,000 feet looking down. You're looking at the same data with a collective mindset, but you're also looking at the data with your own individual skill sets. And you're looking at all these data points and you're noticing trends, you're noticing good things, bad things, things that could be done better. And this collaborative event can ultimately result in great campaign oversight
This is the time where the best understanding and the best decisions are made about the campaign because it's a controlled setting. That's why it's so important. How to create the monthly campaign performance report. I think you're really going to like this section. Well, the first thing that we do is we have a Google document which is populated with our company information and the client's information as well. Imagine our company logo on the first page along with the client's name, today's date, the header and footer. Basically, it's a branded template that has been pre-populated with information from the previous calendar month. So if the date is, for example, February 2nd, we are doing the performance report for the month of January, okay? And much of this data has been pulled from sources such as Google Analytics and other third-party sources. How we begin. We always have myself, our lead manager, and 2 assistant managers present, so there typically are 4 of us that create the report. Let's jump into it. In the opening statement, we state the overall progress of the campaign. And while this is the first thing the customer reads, it is actually the last thing you should fill in as a report creator. Why? After entering all the data, doing the analysis, talking with your team, by the end, you should formulate a strong opinion as to how the campaign is actually performing. And of course, that's the first thing the client wants to read. And in accordance with the above statement, the achievements, opportunities, and challenges sections are the second to last thing you should hand populate. And please understand, this is the time where you are talking to the customer in layman's terms and not as if you are writing a paper on astrophysics. It is very important to talk to the customer and not over them. As you can imagine, it's not what you and I know and how smart we are, it's how we get that information into our customers' heads. That really is a determinant of how smart we are. For this video, and due to time constraints, we are going to briefly show the standard sections of our report template for which we populate and analyze. While you can cover a lot of metrics, you also want to create a base report master template that applies to all customers. For bigger accounts, you can add advanced sections such as A/B testing or integrate page-by-page performance tracking. Something like this could be great for a big e-commerce customer who has a lot of monetary transactions going through their website. Special note, little philosophical nugget here. Over time, your performance report template should evolve to match your expanding knowledge level, as well as provide a more robust report template for larger and more maintenance intensive customers. Okay? What I'm talking about here is, as you get smarter, your report should evolve with the wisdom that you are gaining. Okay? It will only get better and better. And when you find out something or learn something, you want to add that to your report template or your master template and have that apply to all of your customers. And now the caution tip. If you have been with us for previous videos, you have heard me say this is my most favorite time of the video, and it always is. What I'm about to tell you can save you a lot of time, heartache, and money. And in this particular caution tip, this is something that PalmettoSoft has created on our own over trial and error. We just kind of came up with this. And it's a protocol that we follow and apply it to all of our clients when we are doing or creating the monthly campaign performance report. Okay? It is extremely important. And it is. When analyzing a report, be on the lookout for data fluctuations of plus or minus 25%. We are referring to numbers
that when directly compared to each other on a monthly basis are not in close proximity. Any data variation of more than 25% needs to be investigated until you find the answer. This also applies to fluctuations that you may think are good things, as in an assumption you would make, as in a wrong assumption that you might make. Still not convinced? Imagine getting your health exam results and you notice your white blood cell count is up 28%. Well, white blood cells fight the bad stuff, right? So more is better, right? Not necessarily. Maybe there's an infection they're fighting. While this is an extreme portrayal of an event, I am mainly saying this to get your attention. So, when you see a variation of 25%, you want to immediately begin an investigation and follow it through until it's done. And this doesn't have to be done in 1 hour or 1 day. Sometimes it may take a week or more to find out what has happened. And all of this is okay because you are acting like the professional overseer that you are. Here's an example of a 25% fluctuation that should be investigated. As you review the customer lead conversions in your report, you notice that the email form fillouts have been reduced from 50 at 2 months ago to 10 as of last month. Well, this definitely meets the 25% threshold, and you begin to investigate. You first note this in the performance report with a handwritten message and schedule this in your project software or Google Calendar or whatever, and the inquiry lasts about 7 days. Ultimately, you discover the client's third-party web developer was doing some back-end work on the website and accidentally deleted some back-end coding that broke the email form. So, you work with the client's developer and ultimately fix the problem. This bad discovery actually turns into a good event as the client avoids a big loss of future business by not having a lot of lost email leads. And guess who ends up looking really good after all of this? You! So please never ever forget the 25% rule. And now for the smart tip. We just got through talking about the great caution tip of what to look out for, and now this is something that you should really pay attention to because this is what you want to do. And this particular smart tip also is very philosophical in nature. Okay? I'm not going to get very technical on this one. When entering data in the performance report, remember that you are primarily serving as a data analyst and not a robotic data entry worker. What do I mean by the robotic thing? Well, robots execute tasks and they don't think. And while robots can be great at doing some types of jobs, report creation is not one of them. What I am talking about right now is completely philosophical in nature, but it is also extremely important for your success as an account manager. Having the correct mindset, especially when you have limited time and a lot of reports to create, will allow you to see what you normally would not see. Let the data speak to you. Look for anomalies, consistencies, stagnation, fluctuations, and trends. This attitude will set the stage for great campaign oversight, and this continual exercise of your brain will quickly help your career excel, and you will begin to separate yourself from most of the competition in our industry. Have you ever heard the phrase, the best businesses are the ones who run things by the numbers? Well, the best data analysts do a similar activity, and they don't make major decisions or recommendations based on how they feel about something. They definitively know. And this is the exact place where careers can take off or come to a grinding halt. 3 takeaways from this video. While there's a lot of things in this video I think that you can probably take away, here is a list of 3 that I think are very important. Number 1, the performance report creation process. It's time to shine. The creation of the performance report is the one time per month where you and your team can always see with a bird's eye view into how the campaign is performing. Number 2, you are a data analyst and not a robot. Remember, you primarily are a data analyst and not simply a report creator. This mindset will help you to professionally oversee the campaign from a high level, as in from the top looking down. You never want to get caught up in the task of report creation itself and forget where you are and what your role is. Number 3, data fluctuations. Look for the red flags. Always be aware of data fluctuations that are more than 25%. If you see this, and you will, trust me, you will, this should prompt a timely investigation, and in many cases, you can mitigate major issues early on.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to our channel. We've always got good content coming out on a consistent and timely basis. And if you would like to know more about SEO in general, so you have some questions or need some help, please give us a call or shoot us an email on the website. We would love to talk to you. Thanks.